This episode is brought to you by Jira. Jira is the only project management tool you need to plan and track work across any team. So if you're a team of developers, Jira better connects you with teams like marketing and design, so you have all the information you need in one place. Plus, their AI helps you knock out the small stuff so you can focus on delivering your best work. Get started on your next big idea today in Jira.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. And in today's episode, this episode is more so to explain to some guys out there. I ain't gonna say all guys, because yeah, there are a lot of guys out there that are respectful towards women, but you got some guys out there that are not. And I don't know what it is, like they were bullied by women growing up, or they just didn't really get along with women. Regardless of the situation, there should be no reason whatsoever on why you are disrespecting women. And yes, there are people that I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm cool with them, but there are people that I know where they have this disrespectful mindset towards women. And it's crazy to me because it's like, fam, a lot of these women would stump you out if you were to say any of the stuff that you're saying behind their back to their face. Yes, a lot of them would stump you out. And I just remember there was a time where, I'm not going to say how I know this person, but there was at a point in time where I was on a trip, and they were a mutual. I'm going to call them a mutual because I wouldn't say that I'm cool with them, you know, just based on how they just based on how they talk. It's something where I'm like, nah, I just don't find myself hanging out with them, you know, on a day-to-day basis. And it's like, it was even with the trip, it was like, I think I'm trying, you know, yeah, I think I remember it was either the day of, or it might have been a different situation where I'm all like, I'm just gonna do my own thing. But regardless, I was like, yeah, that's how annoying how annoyed I was over this person. But anyways, making comments left and right about just random women, and I'm thinking to myself, like, fam, what have they done to you? You know, and it's like, when I see things like that, when I see guys like Andrew Tate, and then what was that, like, Fresh and Fit podcast, like, when I see videos on TikTok of those guys talking crazy about women, it makes me wonder, like, did they have a mom growing up? Did they have like cousins or, you know, sisters or whoever? Like, did they just have somebody that they were close to that was a woman? Because if not, then I'm like, okay, then this explains it. But if so, then it's like, do you think you would say any of this stuff that you're saying? Do you think you would say that? And if you're all like, oh, well, my mom, she's 100% agrees with that, I'm like, okay, well, let me switch gears on this whole situation. How would you feel if the crazy things that you be saying about women, there was a dude that was right there in your face saying them crazy things about your mom, your sister, your aunt, your grandma, your cousin, your niece, somebody that is a female relative or friend, somebody that's in your circle? How would that make you feel? Because you're going to feel a certain way about that. Anybody's going to feel a certain way about that. And it trips me out where it's like, there are so many dudes out there that are comfortable like that. Like, they're comfortable just outright disrespecting women. And I'm like, fam, I know a lot of people going to probably be, well, more so guys, but I feel like, yeah, there probably are going to be a lot of guys that's going to look at me and call me like, oh, he a simp, he this, he that. And I'm like, nah, I'm just at a point in time in my life where I'm all like, it even goes for dudes too. I'm like, what am I going to gain from just overall disrespecting people? You know, out to like just whatever, like whether man, woman, or whatever you want to call yourself, what do I overall gain by disrespecting them? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't gain nothing from disrespecting a woman. I don't gain anything from disrespecting a man. I don't gain nothing. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you really got to sit down and think about it. What do you overall gain? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And just when I see like those TikTok videos, just even talking about like guys where they go viral on TikTok because it might be a clip from their podcast, YouTube video, whatever you want to call it, but they make some disrespectful comments. It's like, that's the peak of your career. You're just going to be that like one random viral TikTok video or Twitter video, might even make it on the Instagram. I don't know. But that's the peak of your career. You're just going to get clips. But I don't think nobody goes out of their way unless they agree with the stuff that you're saying. But just any old average person, they're not going to go out of their way to be watching it, especially if they know what you're about. They're not going to go out of their way. Because most of the times it be coming from these like podcasts. like Fresh and Fit, Andrew Tate. Doesn't Andrew Tate, I think that, because that's where a lot of his stuff done came from, like the crazy things he said came from a podcast, right? But regardless, it's like, yeah, ain't nobody gonna be sitting around watching that. You know, I was like, the only time I do see, the only time I had to say I sat down and watched one of those podcasts was when there was a friend of mine's that was on there, and I was just curious just to see what she was saying. Other than that, I was like, I have no desires on sitting down watching a podcast like that, because it's like, my thing is this, you know, it's you invite a woman on there, and that's usually how it goes too. You invite a woman on there, you pretty much, because I think like a lot of the times, like the women don't get told, like when it's some podcast where the women gets invited on and then they get the dudes trying to make them feel bad for whatever there is that they're doing in life, and it's like, fam, that's their choice. It ain't like that's like what she represents all women across the world. That's her choice. You're calling out some random woman for whatever her career choices are, and it's like, yeah, and sometimes it might be some, you know, OnlyFans model, because I know I'll see that a lot too, where it'd be like some OnlyFans model where they get called out for their job preference, and it's like, fam, she ain't representing every woman in the world. She's representing herself. That's it. She ain't said not one time she's representing anybody across the world or everybody in the world. She's representing herself. So if that's what she wants to do with her life, she got that God-given right to do whatever it is that she wants to do. As long as it ain't illegal, fam, at the end of the day, she ain't hurt nobody. There's people out there that's, you know, supporting her business and whatever it is that she got going on. You know, so it's like just even talking on stuff like that, where it's like, you know, I'll see that from time to time where a person wants to or a guy wants to disrespect a girl for doing OnlyFans. It's like, fam, there's guys out there that do that crap too. I'll never forget, I remember I was scrolling through Instagram, and that's one of the main reasons why I'll be viewing. There's one of the friends that I grew up with. I've known him since, was it middle school? I feel like I've known him since middle school, but I could be wrong. It might have been high school. Regardless, though, I remember it was like maybe, how long ago was this? It wasn't too long ago, but one of the main reasons why I don't view his story, because I see some stuff. You know, it's like when it's one of my like just female friends, when they're posting about their OnlyFans, I don't like be looking too deep into it, but it's like, oh, okay, you know, it's whatever. The last thing you expect is to see a friend of yours that you grew up with, all right? You know them, like you guys is cool to a certain extent. The one thing I did not expect to see is him in I ain't gonna say he was in a certain attire, but overall, yes, he was promoting his OnlyFans, and I'm like, bruh, you could have warned me. You know, it's all like, we still bros and all, but I'm like, you could have warned me, you know. But jokes aside, though, I'm like, that's his preference. That's his choice. If he wants to do that, he got that God-given right to do that. I am in no place to judge this man, because that ain't no different than somebody judging me for being a content creator. And I have been judged for being a content creator. And you know what I overall say to those people? Well, I can't really say because the kids is listening, but overall, it includes some explicit words, okay? So, I ain't gonna stop doing what I'm doing because somebody out there don't like it. So it's like, why should a woman stop doing what she's doing because, oh, you as a man don't like what she's doing? And it's stuff like that, where it's all like that whole like man mentality, where it's all like, oh, I'm a man, I got the final say. Like, and I just, oh my God, saying stuff like that, it just reminded me of this video where this kid, he was in school, looked like he could have probably been in high school or something. But anyways, this kid's in school, and he was talking to the teacher, and he's talking about, well, as an alpha, and it's like some like Andrew Tate stuff, you know, but he's like, as an alpha, I have, the upper hand. He was just saying some old stupid stuff. And I'm like, fam, that's your peak. That's all you're going to be known for. You're not going to be known for nothing else. You carrying on in that way, you're not going to be known for nothing else. And that's something that I say even when it's like not so much as talking on stuff like this, but talking on haters, for an example. You know, when a person is sitting around and hating, they don't go that far, you know, with hating. You know, not as far as a person that's focusing on themselves. And I encourage a lot of people to do that. Focus on yourself. You'll go further focusing on yourself than focusing on what other people are doing. You know, and I've said that when I talk on like haters and crap. But yeah, it even goes for this too. You ain't gonna make it that far hating on women. And that's overall what it is. This guy hate, like man hates women trend or women trend. Yeah, it's getting old. It is getting played out. You know, and I'm trying to think, what was it that I feel like there was a reason on why I'm doing this, but like there was a video that I seen. But I mean, there's so many videos I done seen, and it just gets to a point where it's like, dang, bruh. Like, it's like, whatever happened, because again, you ain't gonna, you ain't gonna hear none of these guys talking crazy like this to their moms, or they don't want to hear somebody talking crazy like this to their mom. But I'm like, the stuff that you be saying about women, like, let's say you had to look your mom, sister, cousin, niece, aunt, grandma, whoever, you had to like look them in the face. They're doing let's say they are doing OnlyFans, or doing something that you don't like, and you guys say them crazy things that you be saying on your podcast, or them crazy things you be saying in women's comment sections, wherever wherever it is that you're saying what you need to say and stuff. Do you think you had got those guts to say that stuff, in case let's say there's somebody that that's doing it? I'm like, you would. So the thing is this: if you don't support that stuff, don't support it. There was at one point in time I didn't really support like that whole OnlyFans trend and things, but I'm like, it's one of those things where I sat down, I got to thinking about it. I'm like, what do I overall gain? Like, I ain't got to come out and say that I support it, and it's like, and then the thing is this. I would say I don't support myself doing it, but anybody else that want to do it, I'm like, hey, more power to you. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm all like, I don't see myself doing it, but I ain't gonna knock somebody else for doing it. Because if there's people out there making millions off of that. So I'm like, really at the end, it's, what's crazy is that I feel like, a lot of times, like, guys, they'll be all like, oh, women gotta be independent. They shouldn't be, it's like they rely on the man because that's what a woman does. And it's like, okay, then a woman goes out and she finds some career. And then if it's OnlyFans and she's making millions off of it, I'm like, fam, more power to her. I'm like, you hear those them stories that come out where it's like somebody on OnlyFans that made millions of dollars. Like their home is paid off, car is paid off. Like if they went to college, all that stuff is paid off. And I'm like, hey, I'm like, hey, more power to them. I'm like, dang, that is good. I'm like, it's like if I think of, I ain't gonna say if I wasn't doing content creating, I probably would be doing some stuff like that. But if overall, I guess if I wanted to, then it would be one of those things where I'm all like, yeah, I might not be making millions off of it, but I'm all like, hey, that's more money going into my pocket and things. So, but it's just even outside of stuff like that, it's all like, it ain't even so much with the OnlyFans stuff, but it's like, even I see it with content creators, it's like, it'll be some female content creator out there, whether she's a Twitch streamer, a YouTuber, or a TikToker, but it's like, people want to speak on that content creator's career, or just overall speak on them as a person as if they know them. Because it's like, oh, I seen them do a video. There is some woman out there that I know where they do the similar stuff, so therefore that makes them the same person. No, they're two different people. They're completely different people. You do not know that person just based off of a video that you watched of them. Unless they have sat down and told you your whole life story, you do not know that woman. You don't. At all. So it's like when I see at times like where guys, they'll leave comments and it'll be stuff like that. You know what? And I think that's what it was that caused me to do this podcast episode. So there is a wrestler, and I ain't gonna name this wrestler's name, but she is a pretty popular wrestler right now. And no, I did see some comments where people were talking about her body, and I'm thinking to myself, fam, what does her body have to do with you? If my thing is this, if she wants to whatever her body choices are, whether she wants to be a big, bulky woman or small and skinny or whatever she wants to do, that's her choice. You don't have a say-so on what she does with her body. And there's a lot of guys out there where I feel like that they think that they have if I leave this comment, therefore they got to listen to me. No, they don't. They very well can delete your comment and go on about their business. And that's something that that I just recommend to anybody, where if you got somebody in your Twitch streams, in your comment sections, messages, whatever, ban, block, and delete. Get rid of all that stuff. Don't even look at it. Move on with your life. Because it's like, the thing is, they going to sit around, it's like a form of like harassment and bullying and all that stuff. When I see guys doing crap like that, they don't want to call it that. They want to call it something else, but I'm all like, fam, that's just flat out harassment and bullying. It's like, there's so many different things you could be talking about. And it's just funny to me when it's like, when I see those podcasts of guys when they be talking about women, and that's all that they get known for, but it's like, now I look at myself and I'm all like, fam, I've made thousands of videos. I done put out probably, yeah, because I done put out over 100 seasons of my podcast. I'm trying to think how many episodes. I wonder if they let me know on Anchor. Well, it's like Spotify for podcasts now. But anyways, I wonder, do they let me know how many episodes I put out? I thought it was like somewhere where they let you know that the amount of episodes you put out. They might have changed it, but 1,916. Dang, I almost put out 2,000 episodes. That's crazy. But anyways, yeah, I done put out 1,916 episodes. I done put out thousands of YouTube videos, thousands of TikToks. I'm trying to think of some other things that I did. I have made a lot of Instagram content, more so this year. Not once did I ever have to disrespect women. Because it's the same question. What do I gain from it? Absolutely nothing. It's just, and it's crazy to me. It's like the dudes that be disrespecting women be the main ones that's like, and I feel like that's when they get the disrespecting women. It's like they be the main ones that's out there searching, looking for love. They trying to get married. They trying to, and it's like they end up coming across some woman that hurts them. And I'm like, and the thing is this, yeah, that's going to be a normal thing. I ain't gonna say it's all women, but yeah, there are gonna be some women out there that are gonna hurt you. That doesn't give you the right to, it's like, oh, now I gotta take my anger out on all the women around me. Because it's like, there's women that ain't did nothing to you, bruh. So it's like, you out there doing stuff like that, fam. Come on now. Don't be surprised if you do come across a woman that be wanting to slap you or get mad at you because you disrespecting them for no reason. So yeah, it's just something I'm like, yeah, and it's like other way around. It's like, women, you shouldn't be disrespecting a guy for any old reason. I see that too. But yeah, it's just something where I'm all like, yeah, I should do a podcast episode where it's all like talking on stuff like that. Cause trust me, I have seen some stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty messed up for the guy. Cause it's all like, and I'm gonna save that for a different episode. But anyways, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it with this episode. Thank you everybody who stopped by. Thank you for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on a podcast streaming service. I can see myself adding more to this. I guess like if there are any new things to talk about and stuff. But I feel like I think I covered everything I need to cover. But anyways, yeah, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys and peace.